Hello viewers, here is a Honeywell twin window fan, model HW-627. And this is kind of an odd model. I have seen this model, or one that looks very similar to it before, branded Doracraft. I have never seen one under the Honeywell name. In fact, I can't think of a single window fan I've ever seen made by Honeywell, at least at the moment. I'm not saying they don't exist, they may, I just don't recall any. It looks like it was moved at some point by a professional moving company. We have labels for the attic and the garage, and there's also a tag on here which says, I'll zoom this thing in here, it says North American Moving Services. Now I tend to believe this came up from up north, if not even into Canada, because there's something very odd about this. The box is in English and French. No es típico, porque en los Estados Unidos la información generalmente está en inglés y español, pero aquí la información está en francés y las instrucciones están en español y francés y inglés. So it's kind of strange. I have not opened this yet. I imagine it's used, but I am not certain. It certainly has plenty of tape on it. And this would have sold, I saw there was a price tag on there somewhere. This would have sold at CVS for $24 whenever it was made. Now we do have CVS around here, so it's possible that it was purchased around here, but because of the French, I tend to believe it's probably not from around here. Oh, I need to cut some more of this tape. Okay, looks like we have some foam strips in here. How come this isn't charging? Oh, I turned the power bar on and I was about to run out of charge. Alright, so we got some foam strips in here. Just kind of curious. And we got the manual and some other heavy piece of something. This is a metal bracket with pieces of hot glue in there. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. That's in French. That's in English. No Español. Here's the manual. It's a little bit mangled. Está en español y francés. Sí, francés y inglés. I just want to see if there's any mention of that bracket, because I really have no idea what that is for. Here it is. Casement windows. This may not fit in the original business. I mean, I'm sure use an alternate bracket. It's got something to do with the screen and mounting it in front of a casement window. That's kind of interesting. And on the side of the box here we have the ad of the Honeywell products. That's kind of cool. Alright, so let's get to the fan itself. I don't see any of the side panels in there, but it looks like it has accordion panels on either side, so maybe it didn't come with any. Or actually, it probably didn't if that's the case. The cord has tape on it. Now, I believe the Doracraft one has a pretty good reputation as far as fans of this stature go. So I can only imagine that this one is probably just as good. The UL tag reveals a date code of October 2001. Not October. August. I do know how to count, I think. I've just had a long day. And there is a information's tag, but it's so small I can't read it. Not even sure if that's legible on the video. Unfortunately made in China. Cord comes out on the side, which is kind of odd, and then it can go back or forwards. Switch seems to work. I don't know what these do. This lock this something in place or whatever. That's there. Yeah, I guess that locks it in place. That's kind of a stupid design, because if you put this in the window from the front, how in the world are you going to access that? Yeah, this panel is not really wanting to come out. I think I may just wait until I take this apart. I don't want to force it out and end up jacking something up. Probably just made it worse. Yeah, I'm just going to let that be until I open it up, because I'm not sure what it's not opening and closing. Well, I think it's time we give it a good test. Now, based on the looks of this and this, I think this can probably freestand on the table just fine. Yeah, I think it will. Oh, actually, no, it's going to fall forwards. Okay, well, if it wasn't going to fall forwards, I think it would, because it doesn't want to fall back. Just do that. The front is heavily yellowed. I'm not sure what's going on with the cord. I'm just going to trust it for now. Probably not a good idea, but whatever. Okay, it's in the off position. Nothing blew up yet, so the cord can't be that bad. The front, especially like on this side, it's kind of yellowed, which is a shame. And this is buckled up here. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Alright, let's turn it on. Start with low. Decent amount of air. Very, very quiet. High. Good breeze. And the noise level is not bad at all. I have to say, I think this is much better design and much better performance than the Holmes. I don't know if that's blowing the camera. Than the Holmes one, because the Holmes one, although I think it's made relatively well, it's too stinking loud. This one is a pretty reasonable noise level. And the bearings are very dry, they need to be serviced. And the whole thing just needs to be cleaned. But the bottom line is it does work. And with some cleaning and service, this will probably be a great fan to use around the house.